Alright, guys, sorry for that little weird interruption of the people. I so I am Joshua, aka Future Filmmaker 3940 here. I'm here to do another Rocky review leading up to Creed 2. And joining me is Joshua Flannery, YouTuber. He asked it was I reviewing Rocky 4, and I told him yes. So, Joshua, introduce yourself.
Hi guys, as Joshua said, my name is Joshua Flannery. I have my own YouTube channel where I also do movie reviews, trailer reactions, and certain other videos. But I gotta say, I'm pretty excited today and review Rocky 4.
It's very, very good to have you here. So, like, like I said, I'm continuing my reviews for the Rocky movies leading up to Creed 2, and the first reviews you saw were Rocky 1 and Rocky 2 and Rocky 3. I guess, will give his thoughts on those first three movies as before we get before we go into Rocky 4. And now what you're seeing is what we're doing is we're talking about Rocky 4. So, what are your thoughts on the first three Rocky movies before we get into this fourth one?
Well, I'm glad you're asking me for my thoughts on the first movie. The first one, in my opinion, is the best. Just because of how it's written and filmed. Um, but the next two, Rocky 2 and 3, aren't real. I didn't really love as much as the first one, but I do really like them. They're still pretty good films.
I'm glad you enjoyed them. Now, there will be a little bit of an interruption as we go along because I do have to help with groceries. So I hope all the people who watches this you don't mind that interruption. While while I am interrupting, our guest will give his thoughts on the film as we go on. So let's get started with Rocky 4. Now, Rocky 4 came out in 1985. This is the fourth film in the Rocky franchise. Once again, written and directed by Sylvester Stallone and stars, of course, Sylvester Stallone, Dolph Lundgren, Burt Young, Talia Shire, and Carl Weathers as well. This is the second movie to be released by MGM United Artists after Rocky 3. If you saw my review, any of you saw my review of Rocky 3, you may know why. Because I did explain why it wasn't released just with words United Artists. So, and if you've followed the history, yeah, you already know it. So let's get into the plot of the movie, as I usually do. Now, basically, in this movie, we have Rocky Balboa. He's planning to retire and live with his wife, Adrian, after reclaiming the boxing championship title in the third movie. However, during the exhibition match, Rocky's friend Apollo Creed is mercilessly beaten to death by hulking Russian newcomer Ivan Drago, of course. So for this, Rocky vows payback against Drago and flies to Russia for a Christmas Day fight. And despite their different training methods, Rocky and Drago they both go at it at a long and intense match. So that is basically the plot of the movie in a nutshell. So now, since our guest is here, I'm going to let him go first. Now, where did you?
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, you were gonna say something?
Now, you just say what do you think of the film? We're going to go into
Okay.
certain aspects of the film.
Yeah. So I'm having a little bit of trouble just keeping up.
Okay.
So is it me going first and then you?
Yeah, since you're the guest, I'm gonna let the guest go first.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Like I grew up with all four because my dad is a huge fan of these films. So thankfully to love and hold close to me. But with this fourth one, I do like it. I really do like the training scene in the snow and all that.
Yeah,
It looks
I
like some
love
pretty
that
hard
scene.
shit that he has to do.
I love that sequence too.
Oh, Apollo dies.
Yeah,
Not really
we will
how he
get into
dies, but
that.
it's more like from the third movie we had Mickey die, which was very emotional, and it seemed as though Apollo dying in this film was them just trying to get another emotional jab in. And that's just a nitpick. It's not an actual like problem. It's just like I watch the movie, I think about it, but as a whole, it's great because then it sets up Creed, and it also sets up Ivan Drago as this great antagonist for the film.
Yeah, it does. He was a great antagonist in the movie.
Yeah. Also, speaking of Drago, I'm excited. I don't know. I'm really excited what they do with him in Creed 2. So,
Yeah, me too. That's one of my most anticipated movies of 2018. So, are those your thoughts?
yeah, I haven't seen the movie in a while. So I really gotta see it again. But I mean, I've seen it so many times as a kid, and so I pretty much know it off by heart. So really, that's my only problem. But everything else, it's really entertaining. It's just a good piece of entertainment, and
And but the movie was a
yeah,
success. But when I looked at the Rotten Tomatoes score, yeah, it is at 38%, and people say this is where the series starts to die out. But uh, I can kind of see that, but at the same time, I kind of don't.
yeah. Honestly, I think the franchise kind of died. Like the only bad movie in the franchise, I think, in my opinion, is the fifth one. That's about it.
Yeah, Rocky Five. Yeah, I will get. Yeah, I will get to that in the next Rocky
Yeah, yeah,
review because
yeah.
yeah. But this movie, I I can understand the problems now. My problems with the film, yes, the film does become a little predictable, and not necessarily a bad thing, but it's just way too predictable. We already know what's gonna happen. He's gonna win. He's and yeah, that was one of my problems. And another one of my problems is this movie is easily 90 minutes. It's the shortest one, an hour and 30 minutes. And unfortunately, it's watched. There are 2 hours or 2.5 hours. See my review, which you have, which there's a lot of videos on my channel I've uploaded. Which I reviewed the Pirate Bay movies last year. The only one in that series I didn't like was At World's End. I didn't hate it. I was just very mixed on it. But my biggest problem with At World's End was the runtime. And usually with these movies that are short, they go by very quickly. But in this movie's case, yeah, it's kind of a little bit of drag. Now,
Yeah.
now the main problem I have with this movie is they killed the way killed off Apollo Creed. I do appreciate it for setting up Creed and setting up Ivan Drago, but at the same time I question this and I'm like, really? We just had now the main problem I had with the story. Now I'm sorry to anyone who did watch the live stream. When I downloaded this in MP3 form, it's it was missing the other half of the of the recording, so I'm going to record the rest of it out. So basically, my basic problem with the film was that I felt like we just had an emotional moment in Rocky 3 where Mickey dies, and here, with Apollo dying, it was pretty much unnecessary, but I do give it credit to where credit is due for setting up Creed and setting up Ivan Draco, which Ivan Draco, Dolph Lundgren, he did a great job as Ivan Draco, but there were moments where I felt like his accent he was using was kinda not consistent, and the rest of the acting, like Josh Flannery, who you heard in the live stream, he said the acting is great, of course. That has to be expected with the Rocky movies, and I agree with him, from Talia Shire, Carl Weathers, and everyone else. Sylvester Stallone, he also said that he's very hit and miss as a director, but he is a great actor. I will agree, he's a great actor. He's a pretty decent director when he's directing. Yeah. Also, I will say that the performances are great. I like the music by Vince DiCola. His music is decent. I do enjoy the rest of the film. And overall, that's pretty much how I feel about Rocky 4. Now, the writing and directing, of course, is pretty good. It's pretty good. Some of the writing could have been a little better. The directing is quite good and entertaining for the most part. And basically, overall, Josh Flannery's thoughts was, it's not as great as the first three, but it's a serviceable, fun, enjoyable in the Rocky series. And his grade was a 6.8 out of 10. For me, I'm going to give this a highly recommended, because it is a fun, serviceable entry in the series. It's not the best one, but it's not even the worst one. We will get to Rocky 5. So let me know what you guys think about this one down below. I'm sorry for the whole live stream going a little weird, but I finished off the recording. So be sure to follow his social media links, his Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and his Snapchat. And my social media links are always in the comments down below, and also check out his channel. So this is Future Filmmaker 3940 here signing out, and you guys keep it cool. I'll see you guys in Rocky 5.